We'll probably be able to hear it. Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Evening there, Paul.
Okay, checking and making sure it looks like everything is going. Let me know if we're 5 by 5. I know that there's a little bit of a delay before it shows up on the screen, so give it a second to make sure we're all good. Looks like everything's good. You guys can hear us okay though, right? I'm sorry. Man, before we get started, have you guys ever had one of those days?
It's freezing up on my phone.
Yeah, that's another thing. Our internet is acting up today, so I'm hoping that there aren't any problems with this and that it's not that bad. I actually don't know if it's the StreamYard or if it's our internet that's been doing this. I need to try to see if I can get a little bit better internet service. So I'm hoping that everything is working okay. Like I said, I think it kind of is, it does a little bit of buffering and stuff, but hopefully it'll be good enough for you guys. Have you guys ever just had one of those days? Today has been a very crappy day, I guess we could say. Listen to it. It's like, sounds like it's like literally streaming down now.
I can't hear it, but I'm definitely
Okay.
going to get it.
We have another leak in our house now.
So I make 3 now.
So 3 of them, and this one just showed up today, and our living room almost looks like a little kiddie pool at the moment. It is streaming down, and I have no idea where it's coming through from or anything.
Somebody's got to be using something upstairs for it to do that.
Yeah, somebody's got to be using some. Okay, you continue talking and say hi to everybody. I'm gonna go check what's going on right. Yeah, because it sounds like we're having a really bad something. So go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for a little drama. We got solid stream water coming down from the ceiling. It indicates to me that somebody's using the bathroom upstairs, even though they've been told not to. It doesn't just.
No, nothing is being used in the bathroom.
Well, did you look and see if the water tank on the toilet was still filling?
Let me check that real quick. Just keep saying hi and talking.
Okay. We got some people that don't want to do what they're saying, told around here. Can you hear that water running on the floor?
We're gonna get some buckets underneath this. It's like almost like a corn nut ring.
Here, why don't you talk to everybody?
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. Somebody had to have used something up there for it to all of a sudden do
Well,
that.
no, because there was a big hole thing, like it was bulging, and now what's happened is the bulge has come through, and it's now steadily dripping water all in our living room. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys, but like I said, this has been one crazy thing after another. And it just really sucks, you know, moving into a new house. We're all excited and everything. And we got, you know, a little bit of land. We're out in the country, away from the city and everything. And then constant problems going on with the house. I don't know if you guys can hear that coming down, but it almost sounds like rain or something coming down. I don't know if you're able to hear that or not, but it's crazy. But I won't bore you guys with any of this anymore. But I would ask for some prayers from you guys because this is pretty bad. Our whole ceiling just kind of came apart. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, let's get on with this video. Did you say hi to anybody or you're just kind of talking? Okay. Pilgrim, thank you for being first in the house. Thank you so much. And who is here? Coffee First, Then Speak, Random JL, Kevin Ramsey, VR Lab Girl, Misty, Michael G, Dusty Country Road, Bamagen, Dark Angel, Simply Tony, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I don't want to, bore you guys with everything that's going on. What I actually might do is take some pictures of some of this stuff and like just post a little picture for you guys and stuff because I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Not trying to get sympathy in or anything, but
No, I just prayers would be appreciated.
oh yeah, for sure on that.
That's what we need right now because we're very stressed out. All this stuff, like I said, we just moved here. We're so excited to be out in the country, away from the Houston city area and stuff. Now we're in this little tiny town. It's a new build house, it's a rebuild, but it's basically brand new because they took it all down to the studs and rebuilt it. So when we moved, the last thing that we expected was to have all these plumbing issues. We need to try to find the guy that built the house, the seller that we bought it from, and see if he can contact the plumbers that he used or something and tell them they've got to come out here and just redo almost the whole plumbing in the whole house has been messed up.
Yeah.
We know of both bathrooms upstairs, both of them, the showers, and now we're thinking like sinks or toilets or something. I'm not sure, but it's just a big mess. So I don't want to bore you guys, and I'm not trying to get sympathy or anything, but just some prayers would be nice. That would be appreciated. But anyway, I know you guys are here for the show about what's going on, and so today we're going to do it a little bit differently. I do have some cards that we'll use. There's no particular scenario type thing or anything. I just pulled some out that looked interesting, so we will get to those. But
Bamajan, we can't do anything more about the leak till tomorrow, so we'll press on. The show must go on.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the thing too. Tomorrow we might actually have to break into like the ceiling and stuff and see what pipes are caused. The problem is we have a home warranty on it, but they won't do anything if they don't know where it's coming from. They want us to break into all the walls and stuff, and then they can fix leaks and stuff. So that's probably what we're gonna have to wind up doing tomorrow. So, but anyway, and thank you, mods, all of you guys for being here. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate all the help that you guys give. And also in a pinned comment, I did post a link. If anybody wants to jump up and join us on panel and just talk about the scenarios or talk about anything else or whatever, that's fine too.
A lot of people saying you don't have to do the show and all that.
Yeah, it's like you said, there's really nothing we can do about it tonight. So we might as well just go ahead and have some fun with these scenarios, and it'll kind of help me anyway, get my mind off of, this issue that's going on. So we'll go ahead and start.
And we love doing this and interacting with all you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But we're not quite our normal selves. Just that's why. So the first thing I want to talk about a little bit is talk about the 2024 election. John from Prepper Nation was kind of talking about a little bit today about what could happen and stuff. So I want to kind of put this into what if scenarios and kind of talk about this a little bit. First of all, what if, because I don't know for sure if she's actually on the ballot or there was just more talk about it or what's going on. But what if, yeah, she hasn't, I don't think she's come out and said for sure.
If any of you have heard that she did, let us know.
Yeah, I don't know. And we're talking about Michelle Obama too, by the way. We're going to talk about quite a few different people that could possibly, and what that means for us in the country and everything. But now, first thing, let's just start with, what if she does get put on the ballot? I think that there's probably going to be a mix of people about how they feel about this. But do you think that she actually has a chance of winning? Or do you think that, Trump is going to be winning for sure and stuff? What are your guys' opinions on this? Do you think she has a chance? Because I would like to say that she doesn't have a chance, snowball's chance, but what you doing? Trying to fix something there.
Yeah.
Is that good? Sorry about all the bobbing, you guys. He's trying to fix the camera here. Did a little bobbing there. But because my thought is that
Okay.
She has a lot of supporters that are like kind of I wouldn't call them important, but other people call them important, like influential people. Say like Oprah, I know is a big supporter. A lot of people in Hollywood and stuff. In fact, probably everybody in Hollywood and different people would vote for her just so Trump doesn't get it. Do you guys think that there's a chance that she has of winning? I mean, first of all, she would be the first woman president. She'd be the first black woman president. That's not technically true, but most people don't know.
That's not been confirmed or denied
What?
that she's a woman.
Oh, okay. I was confused on that. Well, that's true, but she looks like a woman, and she says she's a woman, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
And if women were to just vote for her because she's would be a woman president, I think that's so wrong. I mean, there are a lot of women that are very good out there that could do a good job, I believe. I just don't think that we found the correct one, and she definitely isn't. Plus, the fact she wouldn't be running things.
Maybe she'll come out of the closet and declare herself as a trans, and then she'll get a whole bunch more votes.
That would be very scary, and that's a possibility. She might actually do something like that, and then she would get a whole buttload of more voters. And the other thing is going to different people and stuff. What if Kamala Harris were to? She's somebody too that we would have to worry about.
I don't think so. She's if they're smart, they won't have her on the ticket at all.
Well, the thing is, I think she's pissed a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that like on her side, a lot of liberals, she's pissed them off and stuff, and she's not doing anything at all, whether good, bad, or nothing. She's just very indifferent with everything. So I don't know. The other thing is, how are we gonna know if it's a fair election? They could just go and steal it again. That's always a possibility too.
If any Democrat wins, the country's probably lost.
Yeah. But here's the thing. No matter who wins, a Republican, a Democrat, whatever, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to make enough people upset.
No matter who wins, there's going to be people that are mad.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I think if a Democrat wins, I don't think the conservatives are going to actually stand up and do anything about it. There's a lot of talk.
I think there's too many people that bitch and complain and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. So I'm actually not sure. This is my thought. And if a Republican wins, I know for sure the Democrats are not going to have it, and they're going to burn the place down and everything. They're going to be out there peaceful protesting, but more like rioting and causing all kinds of chaos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think if Trump or if a Democrat wins that any conservative is actually really going to stand up and do something. I don't think they're going to demand new recounts or anything like that.
Two wings of the same bird.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think I think Biden has done so much damage in the last 4 years. It's going to be really hard to repair that damage, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a long time. He's done more than I could have possibly ever thought anybody could do.
Any thoughts on General Milley retiring before he gets sent to Leavenworth, which is where he needs to be?
Well, a lot of people need to be in different places where they're not. So basically, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's go on.
Well, I was going to say, so how does this fit into prepping and what we should be doing? Well, my thought is 2024 election, so the end of 2024. So you've got 1 year. Make sure you've got your house in order, your preps, everything you need, so that you don't have to leave in case chaos, is going on.
But your first prep that you have let Jesus into your soul, into your heart, and accept His brain fart.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I can't read your mind.
Salvation.
Okay. I was like, I don't know. I can't read your mind today. Hey, Paradise Acres and OkiCon. Hey, Ed. Good to see you. Yes, Michael G says, buy guns and ammo. Definitely. Make sure that you're stocked up on that. Make sure you're stocked up on just everything. Make sure you've got your food, your water, or a way to get water, way to purify that water too, and things like that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get rebaptized soon. We got to find a church first, though.
Mm. Did somebody say something
Uh-huh.
about? Oh, okay. Misty
Misty.
did. It's like get baptized. Yep. Okay.
And I don't know. I've been wanting to get an M1A.
Okay, Gon. No, go ahead.
I've been wanting to get an M1A, but I thought it was just like, it's just because I want one. But would it be a good idea?
If you have extra money, which I don't think that we do now that our ceiling is falling apart,
True.
but that's just my thought on it. I think what we live near a lake, so we've decided for a water issue is we're getting this big what's it, like a wheelbarrow thing,
Garden.
only it's
Garden.
like a garden thing with wheels or whatever.
4 wheels.
And the lake is like about less than a mile away, so we're going to use that, take jugs down there and stuff, fill them up, put them in there, and then just wheel them back home and stuff. So
I mean,
you
it's not
guys
all-
do
I'm planning on doing some rain catchment as well.
right, but just in case we need for other things and stuff. So you guys just come up with some neat ideas and different things for you to be able to stock up on things that you need. I know a lot of people don't have like room. I mean, water takes up a lot of room. So I know people don't have the room and stuff. So find some other way of doing it, like rain catchment. But if you live somewhere like where we do, where it really doesn't rain that much, that's not helping you a lot either. So you just need to be creative and find some different solutions to stuff.
Yeah, see, Ed, that is the thing. I've got a decent 30-06 with a scope that last time I took it to the range, every single shot at 100 yards was in the bullseye.
Was your what? Oh, your
.6
okay.
bolt action hunting rifle.
Yeah, I do. Michael G said get a 0 water filter and lots of extra filters. I do have a 0 water filter, or we might have left it at the other house. They're not that expensive. I might get another one. But I've got a Berkey. But we've got a Berkey one. I need to get some more filters for that one too.
Yeah.
Definitely, especially if I'm using like lake water and stuff. That's the thing. You got to make sure that you purify your water, even if it's rain catchment. You still need to boil it, purify it. I like to do 2 things. I like to boil and then also purify by like water, like those purification tabs or something like that. So definitely, but I think we have like about a year before things start really.
12 months, give or take 2 months.
Yeah. So it's not too late to get stuff that you need, but
2 months before the election and 2 months after the election when things really gonna get.
Yeah, what I suggest you guys make a list of things that you need to get, things that you want to get. Need and want are very different from each other, so just make sure that you realize that. Like he wants an M1A, but he doesn't need it.
I don't know if that goes in. Yeah, it's probably not a need.
And same thing, like just write a list of the things that you want to do. Say like you want to do chickens, or you want to do water catchment, or you know just a garden, whatever you want to do, and then start and get that, and then work on something else. You got a little bit of time, so you don't have to go too much. Don't go and blow all your savings or all of your money and stuff on things like that, just in case. But I do think that things are going to get progressively worse.
Yeah, I had a wild idea of, at some point when the bullets run out, maybe I should get a couple of black powder cap and ball revolvers, pistols.
Yeah, that's a thought. All right, you guys. Any more thoughts about the election or anything like that? Go ahead and if you're watching this later and stuff, just make sure join along in these scenarios and stuff, and just leave a comment for us and stuff too. Leaving comments afterwards and all the engagement kind of helps push our channel out and stuff. And we are trying very hard to reach 500 subs by the end of the year. That's our goal. And then we're
That'd
gonna
be
have
nice.
it, and then we're gonna have another giveaway when we reach 500 subs. So if you guys aren't subbed, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you haven't clicked that thumbs up, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it, especially after the day we're having. Yeah, if anybody's got any channels or anything, let the mods know, and they can put up a link to your guys' channels and stuff too. Okay, I was trying to kind of read chat here too as
Yeah.
we go.
Dark Angels did one.
Okay.
Dusty County Road.
Replay crowd lives matters. Okay, you guys, let's start and do a couple, see how many we can do, and we'll just do a few. These are some of these, actually, I picked up a bunch of them from the Conflicted
Oh, you did?
series. Yeah, I grabbed those and pulled those out this time
For a change of pace.
for a little change. Yeah. Okay, this one, let's do this one. It's a little bit long, but just bear with me. After the collapse, people started bartering for goods and services. Illegal drugs have become a hot commodity in your region. And one day, while showing off your wares at a local trading post, you okay?
Had a cramp.
At a local trading post, someone tries to barter with you by paying you in drugs. There are no laws anymore to say what substances are legal or illegal, but you know these are harmful addicting substances. Would you take illegal drugs in exchange for your goods and services while bartering after the collapse? Why or why not? I got a couple of things to say about this. First of all, it
Right.
doesn't say what illegal drugs, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's going to depend.
That
Like
makes a
I would
huge
not, I would not take cocaine, heroin, meth, anything like that. What I would take would be probably some marijuana. I
Mhm.
don't smoke, but it would be good for your group, and it's a really good barter for other things. So that I would probably take. And the other thing would be some pain pills,
Uh-huh.
because if people in your group are injured or something like that, if they need like a quick surgery or stitch something up that might be really painful and stuff, more than likely you probably don't have the stuff that you would in a hospital, to help with the pain and stuff.
Yeah.
So something like that would probably be very good. And I'd probably be bartering those kind of things. But like I said, not any of the other kinds.
It's kind of like marijuana. It's good for sleep. It's good for pain.
Yeah.
And it's good for somebody that's sick that won't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, appetite back.
That's why I said it kind of, for me anyway, it would depend on the drugs. I'm a little curious as to what you guys think about that. Hey, Chewbacca, good to see you. Hey, my new Tennessee home, good to see you. Also, I'm gonna ask something on the end of this and see, because I want to get your guys' opinions. Would you guys trade barter for someone gold and silver if they wanted like some food or something and they only had like gold or silver? Would you barter with that? Is that even something? Because my thought on gold and silver, now this is probably not popular opinion, but
Michael said cocaine's good for numbing for wounds.
well, yeah, that's true.
I think they used to use it in the old West End for toothaches.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I didn't even think of it like that. Because when I was thinking of it, I was thought about like doing it like a,
For the high.
right. And the last thing in a collapsed civilization, things like that, though, you don't want to be out of your mind. Like, you want to be in control, and anything that alters your mind and the way you think is just not good. Same thing with drinking and stuff. I know people are going to be drinking and stuff, but me personally, I'd rather, be alert at all times, just in case of danger or things like that. That's just my opinion. I know some people are alcoholics or whatever, and they're probably, they have to drink in order to survive and get by and stuff. And that's, if they can function like that, that's fine. I know myself, I can't. I have to be like, even marijuana. I've smoked it one time in my life, twice. 2 times in my life. I'm almost 50, okay? And both times I just didn't like it. It just made me all woohoo, crazy, weird and stuff, and just not fond of it. I know some other people do, and it doesn't affect them. I mean, I have even a hard time doing CBD. I have a bad anxiety and panic attack, so I tried CBD oil, and that kind of made me a little loopy and stuff like that too, and I didn't like it, so I just didn't do it anymore. But back to the gold and silver thing. See, my thought is that like I don't stack gold and silver to the rafters. You can't eat it. It won't go bang. Um, I'd rather stack lead than gold and silver and food.
You stole my life.
But I know some people would maybe do that. I think the only way in a situation like that that I would actually take gold and silver is if I knew I had plenty of other stuff for the group. We had everything that we needed. But to me, gold and silver is more like when you come out of a collapse or something to rebuild. But I wouldn't suggest using it for bartering and stuff. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys feel about this. Probably quite a different amount of opinions on this, but to me, it's like, you know, especially right now. I mean, gold's pretty high priced and stuff, and it's like I don't have the extra money to be putting in something like that I'm not getting any benefit from now. Now, if I had like 401k and stocks and bonds and stuff, I'd probably convert it over to gold and silver.
Stockpile coffee.
That's a better barter
item. Barter coffee.
That's a better barter item, I think, than gold and silver, because people are going to want coffee. They're going to need their caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you guys think about this? Hey, Eric King, good to see you. If I missed someone, I'm really sorry. Hey, Randy, good to see you. Trying to scroll back through and see if I missed anybody in here. We've got a good crowd today. Good. Thank you guys for being here so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Okay.
Random, that's a very good idea. Way, when you don't take the mark of the beast, if your house is paid off, you're golden.
We were actually just talking about that. If we had won the Powerball, was it Powerball the other day? It was like 400 million or something. And we were talking about building like a big community and stuff. We were going to build our house on it and have like at least 100 acres, probably more, and then have some cabins and stuff where the Beaverines could come over and stay during the collapse and stuff. We were going to have like all kinds of things on the property and stuff. But we're talking about that if it was lottery winnings, then the whole place would be paid off. I told him that we needed to also pay like 5 years of property taxes and stuff on it. That way they couldn't come and take it from us or anything. What?
Let's see what Misty said. You gotta scroll up.
What?
Right there.
About having a bad day?
And now she's having a good day.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys just told me that. Misty, sorry that you're having a bad day, but I'm glad that we could make it a little bit better for you. Yeah, exactly, Joni Friels. You can't eat gold or silver. That's
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of prepping channels out there that push gold and silver, like a lot. And nothing against them. And, you know, some of them are some big people and some of them are some good prepping channels that I watch and stuff. But for me personally, it's just not a feasible thing either. You know, I mean, if I got $1,000 extra, I'm not going to go spend $1,000 on gold. I'd rather put the $1,000 toward a generator or canning supplies or food or something like that. But that's just my opinion. You know, I mean, everybody has their own opinion and stuff. And if we win the lottery and stuff, I would probably at that point put, you know, a bunch into some gold and silver.
Mm.
Take like 10,000 or something like that
Right.
and put it into that for later on, because the dollar is just going to keep crumbling. So if I have
Oh, yeah.
all this money in dollars, I would put it into that or something else like lead, ammo, guns, things like that
Copper.
that aren't going to lose their value
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah,
Seeds,
yeah, vegetable or the other kind.
both.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I was just reading through here a little bit. Don't play Powerball. Dynamite's gonna win it. we play all the time. So
Yeah,
one of
little
these,
bit.
just a little bit. So
Powerball, Mega Million, two-step, and Lotto.
yeah. So one of these days we're gonna win it.
Yep.
and it'll be good that we do, because it'll benefit all of you guys too.
Yeah,
'Cause we're gonna get a big community.
We're gonna set up a place for a whole lot of people to come.
And it's probably not going to be in Texas either. So we were already discussing that where we would move, and it would probably be somewhere else. So it'd be closer to a lot of you guys than too.
Yep.
We're thinking like Tennessee or Kentucky or something like that. So
Tennessee,
it'd be closer.
Kentucky, North Carolina, West Virginia.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So
One oddball, maybe Arkansas.
okay. You want to do another one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this one is about a pandemic coming through. So you don't want to do that?
I ain't like, okay, go ahead.
Okay. A deadly flu outbreak has infected 1/3 of your group, and you don't have the means to quarantine them or the medicine to help them. Do you vote with the rest of your group to banish them from your group, or do you take it upon yourself to eliminate the infected ones before it spreads any further? This is kind of a tough moral decision and stuff.
Well, it says you don't have the ability to quarantine. I don't. There's not that's not a thing that would happen. There's always some way to quarantine them, I think.
Well, I mean, probably you don't have an extra space or something like that where you can, you know, do that. And if your camp is just like little tents or something, you might not be able to. You know what I'm saying? It depends on if it's airborne and stuff. Then you're going to have an even harder time to do something like that.
But I still say you can figure out something how to quarantine them, and that's what you got to do.
I don't think eliminating well, I can't even speak today. Eliminating the infected ones on this is like a great idea. You know, I think banishing them, and if they make it, cool, and then maybe they can come back when they're well.
Simply Tony says when he went to the letter, we're all moving in with him.
Oh, that would be awesome, Simply Tony. Can't wait. Maybe we should all make a pact or something like that, where if somebody wins, then we just, you know, build something like this and we all help each other out. That would be awesome.
And Loretta, why I'm leaning toward North Carolina, West Virginia, or Kentucky, or Tennessee is I want to be in or near the mountains.
Yeah, that's something we don't have around here in Texas and stuff. I either like the mountains or I like the trees and forests, and that's what East Texas has. That's why we didn't move out to like West Texas or something. Just he's not fond of like the plains and stuff like that. The flat land. He likes the trees.
Sick of flat land. I want mountains. I want Tennessee, Kentucky. I was born in Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, maybe Virginia, but I don't know. But I'm afraid of heights, but I want to live in a mountain.
We could have like a bunker built into the side of the mountain or something like that.
If you have to bug out, you can go into the mountains and disappear, and they're going to have a hard time.
Especially if you know the area and stuff, then you'll
and it's a lot easier to defend yourself. If you're in a hardened position, I don't know the exact number, but if you've got a good defensive position, people trying to overrun you are going to take 3 times the casualties you are.
Yeah, and then they might just give up or something like that too. Which, okay.
Chewbacca says Tennessee mountains.
Yeah, that would
Actually,
actually be really awesome.
that would be my first choice, Tennessee, but.
Coffee First says she wants to live in the mountains, but mountain roads scare the crap out of me. Actually, that's true. Some of those winding roads, and then especially because some of them are really thin and stuff, and it's like you're looking over. Or then if they're icy or something like that, then that's a little bit scary too. But living with them, like in the backdrop of our house and stuff, that would be really awesome. You could open up your back door and you'd be like, so pretty, you know? Yeah.
Outlaw Farmstead, West Virginia. I actually found a house that I fell in love with until we found more details about it, and it's like, okay, we can't do that.
Yeah, I think there was a house that we did want in West Virginia, but we just weren't able to.
It had some caves on the land, and I was thinking about doing that instead of a bunker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been really great, but we couldn't do that. Plus, moving that far would have been a little bit difficult too. I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible, but it would have been a little difficult. But all right. Yeah, that's the thing too. Okikon said, I think some stuff you really don't know what you would do until it happens. That's kind of how it is. I mean, you could sit here all day and do these wargaming type things and stuff, and and think that you know what to do, but then when it comes down to the situation, are you actually able to do that? Like you say, you would take them out or banish them or whatever. You really don't know until you're put in that situation. But doing these kind of get your mind thinking a little bit, so that when you are put in that situation, maybe it won't be so difficult for you to make the decision. You'll kind of already know in your head what you think that you would do. And there's no right or wrong answers, because everybody's going to have a different idea of what they would do, and that's fine. Even us would probably have a little bit of different idea sometimes. So,
on Ed, yeah, having the high ground is a strategical advantage.
Okay, this one kind of ties into what we were just talking about, though. A little bit about people having different ideas, because it's about a leader and stuff. When forming a survival group, what structure of organization is best? Having one leader with people under that person at various levels, or having the entire group share leadership and responsibilities, and why? This is going to have a lot of different, different people are going to have a lot of different on this one. So you say having one leader is what you're saying?
Yes and no. Having a consensus of a group is too slow. It's not going to work. What you need to do, and that's the reason why our military kicks ass, is you've got the general that lays down the law and says this is what we're going to do. But then you have sergeants that are in the field and have the authority to make spot decisions and alter as the battlefield changes. The NCO can take over, but you got to have the trust between the NCO and the general.
I think having one leader is a good idea, but I also think that you need to have another leader and maybe another one that are like underneath them, in case the top leader is away scouting or doing something else and isn't there to make a quick decision. That way you've got like the next chain of command that could make the decision for them and stuff.
Well, like I say, you got the generals, you got the captains and the majors, and you got the NCO. The NCO is the backbone of the service.
Also,
and that's why Russia's been getting their ass handed to them, because they have the dogma. They do this. They cannot make their own decisions. They cannot, improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Yeah, like even in The Walking Dead, Rick was the leader for the most part, but then towards the end of it, especially when Rick wasn't, wanting that position anymore, because being a leader and something like that is a really horrible position, because you have to make
position.
And you have to make some seriously hard decisions quickly. So then they had a council that would meet and decide on things. And I think a council is good to have for your group if it's not a quick life or death situation.
Right.
Maybe if somebody wants to come into the group and you know, you guys are all trying to vet them and trying to decide if this person's going to bring in some good qualities and stuff, or if you can trust them and have a group decision on that, then that's good. So anytime that you don't need it like a quick decision, a council is a good idea too, and it helps kind of get the other people involved too, so that they don't feel like they're just getting pushed around by the top leader.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of having both, I think, is good for a group.
Like I said, you have a battalion commander and you have a squad leader or a platoon leader, and they do a little bit different. Then afterwards, they have an after action report where they explain what they did and why.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, John, Prepper Nation, good to see you. Did I miss anybody else that came in here? Yes, I did. Hey, Dragon Lady, good to see you. Who else have I missed? I'm not sure. Okay. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys like the leader, or do you think a group people should kind of be in charge and stuff? Like I said, I kind of think you should have both. It also depends on how big your group is, I guess. You know, if you've only got like 5 people in a group, then it's different than if you have like 50 people in a group. You're going to have some people to do the decisions and stuff. And personally, I mean, I would take that position of being a leader, but also that means a lot of things are going to be on my shoulders. And I imagine it would be a lot of stress too, and trying to decide if you're doing the right thing for the group. I think that's the hardest thing.
It looks like we're having a little bit of a discussion on coffee versus tea.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we will say coffee if we're having a discussion about that.
But I like tea, hot tea.
Yeah, he does drink tea. I'll drink iced tea every once in a great while, but I'm not a super big fan of it. Have to have my coffee every morning, and I drink it black, nothing in it, just coffee.
I really like hot tea, but it does not have quite as much caffeine. But I like it. And then I like some Earl Grey, some herbal tea at night to try and.
Yeah, tea at night's probably pretty good, especially some of like the chamomile and lavender and stuff like that to help with sleep and stuff.
And I don't know if it was when I was in England or what, but I got in the habit of adding just a dash of cream to my hot tea.
Oh, really?
Try it. You might like it.
Okay, I'll try it. I don't drink cream in coffee though anymore. I used to, but I stopped doing that. I also thought it would be better because like we stack up on powdered creamer. He's not as big of a fan of it, but it's still creamer, so it'll still work. But we stack up on that for, you know, shift and different things like that. And I figure if I can just start drinking it with no sugar or creamer in it or something, then he can have all that. We don't have to worry about it.
Well,
and
it's
stuff.
like tea. I don't have to have creamer. I do need a little sweetener.
And coffee?
No, tea.
Oh, and tea. Yeah. And coffee, you need a boatload of both.
Yeah.
You have to have a boatload of everything in it. Okay.
I'll just take a shot of Everclear at night. Moonshine.
Oh, to help you sleep or something? Oh, okay.
Jack Daniels, Southern Comfort.
Yeah, but you're not being able to get that anymore. The stores are all closed.
Well, I'll learn how to make my own.
Oh, okay. That works. All right. Next scenario. Your hunting party has been captured by an unknown number of well-armed men and is being held in a well-fortified location. The armed men offer to return your hunting party for half of your food supply. Would you take their offer and avoid losing members of your group, or would you fight and risk everything? How would you handle this situation?
Both.
What do you mean both?
I mean, I would take their deal, get our people back,
and then go after them.
Go back and take everything.
Go back and take everything from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the deal, offer up the deal, get your people back. Then you got more fighters and stuff to go do it, and then go back and take everything from them.
Everything.
All their guns, weapons, food. Yeah, that would be a good way to do it, actually. What do you guys think about that one? What would you guys do? Dragon Lady said, yeah, I agree. Yep. Hey, Rabbit Coyote, good to see you. Fight. Chewbacca says fight. Yep. Coffee first says they don't make deals, gotta fight. Well, that's the thing.
Well, the thing is, it depends on how strong of a force you have left over. Do you need this group to be able to carry off?
I think the idea of making the deal, getting your people back, and then all of you guys going back and taking everything they have is a wonderful idea.
We could just attack them and then they'll execute your people.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you just attack them, you don't know. They might just execute your people. You might not have enough people to fight their people, so you need your people.
Plus, when you get your people back, they'll have some intel. They'll be able to tell you what they got, how many people they got, stuff like that.
Where things are located and different things like that.
The art of war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Intelligence is key.
And plus, they're probably not going to think that you're going to do anything because you made a deal with them. So they're probably thinking that you guys are like wimps and you're afraid and whatever. So they're not going to expect you to come back and retaliate either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, possible.
Yeah, coffee first. They might still kill the people if they get the food. Maybe be prepared to do an attack at the exchange.
Well, that's what I was thinking was have some, if you've got enough people, have some in some strategic spots that are watching where you're meeting up to do the exchange and see how that goes. If they haven't brought your people with them, or if they get the food and then they start shooting or something, you have people that are in some positions, some snipers that can start taking them out.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You got the, well, you pick the area so you can control the situation. And you've got to have an overwatch with snipers. And the moment the shit goes down, the snipers will take out the key bad guys.
Yeah, you definitely do not ever let your guard down in a situation like that. You know, you need to keep the upper hand. So making sure that you have the location picked out and tell them where you want to go meet. That way you can have your people in position all around it because you've already scoped it out and know that that's a good place and they can hide in different positions and stuff. Now, there's a possibility you might lose some of your people. You might lose a few during this, especially if your people are unarmed. The prisoner that they're bringing back are going to be unarmed. So, and they're not going to know anything about what's going on. So there's a possibility, but it's a better scenario though than just losing all of them or something like that, you know?
And that goes back to a previous conversation I had before about M1A. Okay, I've got a bolt action hunting rifle and I'm pretty good at, I'm good at 100 yards. I'm going to have to extend my range. But the thing is, the follow-on shot, if I was to get an M1A with the Archangel stock, the loaded barrel and the precision stock where you have great accuracy and second and third and fourth and fifth shot quickly, where you can adjust and take out targets. That's the reason why I want the M1A, or something that's semi-automatic but shoots long range and accurately.
Yeah, well, you can probably get that from some people when shift happens. You just take their stuff. There's going to be all kinds of ammo laying around and all kinds of weapons and stuff of people that you've already taken down. So you just take their stuff and then you've got everything that you need. You might find some really nice stuff out in the wild like that too.
If you're out away from your force, you've got to resupply yourself from your enemies.
Yeah, definitely.
But like you said, I've got a list of those things that are that I want to buy that I could have bought all of them for the price of an M1A.
Sorry, I was just checking on this. Oh, hey, Iron Paws, good to see you. Okay. I think we got time for like one more if it's not a long one. So I think most people are kind of saying the same thing on that, which I think is pretty accurate, is that there's a chance that they would just take out your people even after you made the deal. So it's best to come prepared and to realize that, because if they've kidnapped people already, your party, and they've got them and holding them hostage. There's no
like-
telling what they would do then. They're already
Oh,
proven
yeah.
that they're, you know.
If you don't already have the mindset that you're going to take them out, you're going to be giving them under their thumb from now on.
Mhm.
And that will take you out at their leisure when they feel like it, when they get a whim. You can't let them have control.
And another thing too that I'm gonna add, which is what I probably will have to work on, but I mean, we talk about doing this all day long and stuff, but the fact is, when it comes down to it, even if somebody has hurt you or is threatening you or something, it's gonna be hard to take a life. Everybody acts like, oh, I would just take them out, or you know, whatever. It's not as easy as you say that it would be. It's not. It's never easy to take a life. It's just not going to be easy, even in a situation like that. So if you hesitate, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah.
Then you could be in trouble. So that's something you need to work on, is making quick split second decisions and not hesitating. Because once you hesitate, you could be dead.
Yeah.
Your family could be dead. Your group, you know, something could be dead. So that's a big thing, is just learning not to hesitate and taking that extra second, because that could be your ending. And that's just,
I've always played at war. I've never done combat. I have talked to some combat veterans that have been in the thick of it. First of all, they kind of said it got easier, but it never got easy. And that, you know, you don't want it to be easy. But they said that they remember every time that they had to do it, and they have to live with that memory.
mm-hmm. Easy for me to say, but I never met your ex. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, you will not believe what I just did.
What you did?
What I've been doing. I was in top chat. So this whole time I just realized I was in top chat. So maybe that's why I wasn't seeing some of the comments and stuff. Okay, it's my first day today.
For shame.
Oh goodness gracious.
Okay.
Okay.
Sergeant Connor.
Anyway, we got about 7 minutes left. I can't believe I was doing that. And here I am, always ragging on everybody and telling everybody, make sure you're not a top chatter, and I'm doing it. I'm trying to decide on which one of these to do.
Oh, really? 44 pistol to hunt deer?
Oh. Okay, here's a decent one about some more group stuff. It's a little bit long, but okay. Your group has managed to survive a catastrophic event, and in fact, you are thriving. The group has many individuals with essential talents that have helped the group be successful. However, one day, your only gunsmith, blacksmith, lets slip that he was once convicted of child. I don't even know if I could say this on YouTube.
Bad things.
Some child stuff. He has never given this group any hints of his past until now, and has in fact been a core and valued member of the group. Do you forget his past and hope that his tendencies don't emerge again? Or do you expel him from the group and lose his skill set? This is a very difficult one, and that's why I kind of wanted to do it. What would you do?
Well, actually, I've kind of had this experience already.
Okay.
Somebody, a leadman that I worked for,
Mm-hmm.
was on probation over something with a minor.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best boss I ever had. And I knew this person for 20 years. And because I knew his character, you know, it's kind of like some charges. So like you get a 17, 18-year-old girl who looks 22 and professes.
And they don't tell you how old they are. And
Right.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I had to give him benefit of the doubt. because I had heard rumors that that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
And he proved himself to me to be an honorable, hardworking man. And before I found out this, I considered him to be a friend. It gave me a little bit of a lapse, but like I said, heard some of the facts, and I consider him still a friend today.
Well, if there's no children in the group, then probably wouldn't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? This is a really hard one because you do need people that can work on your guns and things like that. And if nobody else knows how to, that could be bad. You could do a couple of things. You could not let him know the reason for this, but have him train some other people.
Well, that's
to be able.
Should have been doing that all along.
Should have anyway, because you shouldn't just have one person in the group knowing each skill. Like, you should know many different skills. And if somebody specializes in something, you should train another 1, 2, 3 people, because you never know what's going to happen with that person. They could die, they could get sick, they could do something wrong and you have to banish them. I mean, there's just a lot of reasons why you need more than one person. Same thing with like a doctor or a nurse or something. Mm-hmm. That one, if you've got one in the group, that's great, but that person needs to train a few other people to be able to do that same thing. But back to this, you'd have a few people that know how to do that, and then you guys decide and vote whether to banish him or not. But at least you'd have other people that know how to do that. I think that should maybe be a group decision and see what people in the group think. So again, that's not like an immediate thing.
How does it say you found out about it?
He accidentally let it slip that he was once convicted of it. But he said, I guess they've known him for a while in the group, and he's never given any hint about that. Now, I mean, a lot of things, like, just because you have a past and the circumstances behind it might, I mean, it's never good to do something like that to a child. So I am not taking the side or anything, but you should let the person explain. Like you said, maybe it was a wrongful conviction.
Well, definitely.
Maybe, I mean, you need to listen to what's going on before you decide on something.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not you can trust what he's saying is being truthful and honest.
That's another issue too, because if he hasn't told you this yet and it just accidentally slipped out, can you trust him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that the first thing people aren't going to do is tell you everything that they've done way back when civilization was still, a thing.
And like what somebody says, even not banishing them, from that point on, I would be very aware of any time he got anywhere near a child.
That would be the thing. If there were no children in the group, then maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal. But more than likely, there's going to be a child in a group. I mean, it's just, it's hard to find people that don't have children. I mean, there's probably going to be a child in the group. So you definitely need to keep an eye on him, keep an eye on the children, and make sure nothing is going on. But, then you're running into other issues like trust issues, because if he didn't tell you this ahead of time, why was he trying to keep it a secret? I mean, I know it's not something that just rolls off your tongue. Oh, by the way, I did, but.
Yeah. Now I'm starting leaning towards banishing, because you need to be safe.
You need to be safe, and you need to be able to trust your group. Yeah. The biggest thing for any kind of group, any mag, whatever you're in, is you have to be able to trust everybody in the group. Yeah. Because basically you're trusting everybody with your life. Yeah. Because you have to make sure that these people will look out for you, that you're looking out for them. It's just, that's the way it is. It's got to trust, and number one.
Okay, why didn't you tell me this the first day we met? Mm-hmm. Why did you keep a secret all this time? That's not a good sign.
Right, and that goes back to the trust thing then, know, and even if you ask him the circumstances behind it, are you going to be able to believe him and trust that he's telling the truth? Probably not.
Probably in that situation, even with my history, I probably would not trust him.
Yeah. Like I said, people make mistakes. They do things when they're younger and whatever. I mean, I get that. And that's what, you go to jail for a little bit, you go to prison, you get out. Hopefully you're a reformed person. That's just the way it is. But especially when something happens to children, I get a little bit more irate and upset about it.
Yeah.
And that just has to go back to my past, because not to get into everything too deep, but I was abused as a child big time. So anytime that an adult does something to a child, it just makes me even more upset and irate. So,
I was, me too, kind of. I was physically uh, abused a very short period of time. But then the rest of the time, it was constant mental abuse, constant in the back of my mind, is he going to hit me?
mhm. Yeah. Well, anyway, that just took a turn for the dark
Yeah.
side here. Sorry, guys. I don't want to leave it on such a bad thing here. But I mean, like I said, what happened to me was years and years and years
Was like,
ago. So, but,
one of these days, I'm going to rent the movie The Great Santini
mhm.
and have you watch it and go, that's what my dad did.
But yeah, I think banishment would probably be the best thing for that group. And again, he shouldn't be the only person in there that can do gunsmithing and blacksmithing and stuff like that. Other people in the group should too.
Especially
So
if
that's,
it's not, it having multiple people now have trainers,
like I said,
apprentices.
if when you start out, you've got one person in the group that are really good at certain things, that one person needs to go and train at least 2 to 3 more people on that thing that they're really good at.
Yeah.
That way, multiple people, if one's maybe away scouting, or one has to leave the group for some reason, one's sick, even if it's not serious, but they're just sick and they can't do anything and they're in bed or whatever with like a 24-hour cold or something, you still might need somebody to do that thing. So you just need to make sure that everybody knows as much stuff as possible and can do the same things. I
Yeah.
think that's the main thing to remember for groups. If you guys are in a group, and sometimes, like, we're not in a group or a mag or anything like that, but that doesn't mean that after a collapse or something, we wouldn't meet other people and join and have some kind of group happening. I mean, I think that's actually, at least in movies and TV, that's kind of what they show the most happening, is all of a sudden these people get put together into groups and stuff during situations and stuff. And more than likely, that's probably what the scenario will be. So then you have to get to know these people and you have to trust them. And like I said, I think trust is the number one thing that you need in a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't trust someone,
Yeah.
then, But all right, you guys, I guess that is going to be it for us today. Yes, Ed, pray for discernment and then act. That's very important too, to always be praying for discernment. It'll help in so many different ways. But thank you guys for being here so much. Really appreciate it. Sorry about like the stuff we were talking about earlier, the distractions and the water and everything like that. But yeah, at least I was able to forget about it for the last hour. So I really do appreciate that and everything. So you guys have a wonderful day. If you're not subscribed, please do that. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, just comment, just do some of the things just to kind of help push out the video. YouTube likes it when people interact with videos and stuff. So we really appreciate it.
Not that I care to make YouTube happy, but
well, no, but I like people watching our videos. So it makes me feel good. So
yeah, grow the family, not.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and you guys have a wonderful and blessed night, and we will see you later.
Have a blessed night.
All right, bye.